Welcome to a review of Visions of Volume 3, where we will be going episode by episode, spoiler reviews, so do be warned. And we started off with the first episode of the volume, The Duel, Payback, which is, of course, a continuation from Season 1 and also ties into the books and comics that has also come about from this short. Though there's nothing to do with those.
Nothing to do with those.
No.
But I liked the Duel Payback more than I liked the Duel.
Agreed.
I feel like because it did have a longer runtime than the original, I feel like there was a more fleshed out story. We got to know more of who the Ronin is with the flashback at the beginning. He had some actually interesting dialogue rather than just being like, I'm here to kill a Sith.
Yeah, there really wasn't a story in the first one. I mean, he shows up, the town is being attacked, he decides to kind of defend it and kill the Sith because he kills Sith. And I mean, that's a story, but it wasn't as, I mean, not that this one was like profoundly more impactful and deep and meaningful, but it was cool.
We got to know the characters better, which always makes me happy.
And I find myself rooting for the Sith over the Jedi, which, if you know me, I'm a Jedi lover, and I'm always, the Sith should never be the protagonist. Well, not that they can't be the protagonist necessarily, but
this universe works differently. The Sith and the Jedi are very
just
different
enjoying it for what it is.
Works. Yes,
exactly. This isn't quote-unquote real George Lucas Star Wars, so I can root for the Sith, is how I see it.
So let's jump into some of the details that we liked, maybe something that we didn't like. I don't know.
I think I like everything about it. I have a hard time thinking of anything I didn't like. I thought it was funny that once again the Ewoks, or as we call them, the Snow Walks or the Water Walks, because they were all over the Sea Walks. Because they were just on land, sea, air. They were everywhere.
I thought they were really well utilized.
Well, they did the same thing they did in Return of the Jedi. They were like
traps
and arrows and like just taking out a superior force. They're very good at that. Like if you ever have trouble taking out an enemy, just call Ewoks because they'll handle it for you.
Yeah, they were adorable too.
Yeah, I was fine with that. It's a fun episode, so I'm not like, well, the Ewoks were taking out like not. I don't know that they were Jedi. They were kind of the Crusaders.
The Crusaders. They worked with the Grand Master to hunt Sith because he is actually obsessed to the point that you can even see the droid components he had on the sides of his face were blue until he started getting more and more emotionally invested, and they turned purple, kind of trying to show maybe a transition, like that his revenge, his obsession was getting the best of him.
I think it already had,
I think that's what they showed at the end when he reached for his lightsaber, but he grabbed the Sith blade.
Yeah.
That he wasn't a Grand Master of the Jedi any longer. He really had fallen.
Yeah, that's kind of what I liked about it. They, I don't like to root for Sith over Jedi just out of principle, I guess you could say. But in this particular case, you can see the Jedi is consumed with getting revenge or vengeance. But
it's a Sith who hunts Sith.
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason too. He knows he's was in the wrong when he was a Sith, so he hunts them, and he helped in the first episode. He helped the villagers, so you kind of get the sense he's more. I know we're tiptoeing around like gray Jedi and stuff, but he's more of the good guy. And in this case, of course, the Jedi, the Crusader,
he's the anti-hero.
Yeah, exactly. He's the classic anti-hero. Yes.
I very much liked how the Grandmaster moved, how they did the animation style to show how fast he was.
Yes,
like
super powerful.
They end up with just outline pieces at times in the animation style because they were trying to show how fast he was moving. Like he was outrunning his drawing. It was
it's
really
a fun way to put it.
Yeah, it was really cool.
No, it was well done. Once again, the animation style. I really like this animation style, the old school kind of Japanese look.
Yeah, the watercolor backgrounds with the then thatched drawings. It's beautifully done. Absolutely. The music
you almost feel like you're watching some old Kurosawa or something here.
Yes.
It has that vibe and feel to it as well. So very cool all around. Very, very on point for Star Wars.
And the music.
Well, the music was Star Wars.
It was Star Wars
for the most part. It's like taken from a lot of prequel stuff I noticed in there. A twist on it as well. It wasn't all just like straight from the movies. The Ewok theme for sure. The horns were taken straight out of Return of the Jedi for them and all that. So
I love just how inspired by Star Wars this was.
It felt like Star Wars.
Even tying him to the sticks and carting him off,
singing as they go. We're gonna go cook us some dinner.
The 3PO-esque droid who behaved very much like I am worth 100 droids.
Yes,
it was very well done.
It's very Star Wars. Like I said, Star Wars with a very Japanese flair.
R5. You
shouted out no when he got sliced
up, saving his master.
I knew he'd be fixed by it. He got injured in the first one.
A little bit.
Not injured.
Not the same.
No,
not the same. I also really liked Ani-san.
She was cool, and I like at the end. I was very curious when like, are truce is over. I'm like, oh, is he gonna kill her? Like, come on, that's very. And then they kind of have their little slice at each other, and he's smiling. I'm like, oh,
he's smiling. She's smiling.
The truce is over. Wink.
Ugh.
They're gonna.
I loved her design. I liked that they used like traditional Japanese hair sticks to tie up her Leiku, which makes perfect sense to me because wouldn't they be in the way during a battle?
They would be.
It's like having really long hair when you have a lightsaber out. It's dangerous. You could accidentally cut off a Leiku.
Unless you're Ahsoka, then they just shrink when you
they shrink.
go into live action.
It's fine.
Whatever.
We use smaller ones.
Yes.
It's all good. No, I really liked the aesthetics of her. I liked her attitude when she's surprised. Like, I'm surprised you would come here for me because she's not doing Sith things. She's not doing anything evil in her opinion. Once
a Sith, always a Sith.
Tell that to the Ronin.
Just kidding.
But in the first,
smart.
But in the first duel, she was clearly a bad guy. She came with remnants of the Empire. She's attacking a village for tribute.
The first one, yeah.
Yeah, but in this one, she's like, I'm just guarding a gambling den. She's almost like a resigned Sith or a retired Sith. Or I was a Sith, but now I'm just doing this job.
Yeah.
I hang out with these people. I protect this gambling den. So I liked her surprise, like, you came here for me?
Maybe she was a little honored that, you would come here for me.
And then, yes, the ending with them was beautiful. I liked how they fought together. I don't know if I'd like all my prosthetics being lightsabers. The leg might
I'd be alright with it, I think.
I'm surprised she could stand on that leg.
Well, it wasn't always a lightsaber. She had something over it.
Yes.
So, it works.
It's difficult.
It's better than being a cyborg face.
Well, I thought she died.
Well, I didn't think she died.
When she got hit with a rock hit her in the face.
I thought it was like a pot or something
fight?
like that fell on her face or something.
She looked like she was dead. I was like,
she's fine. You walked that off.
Not my Ani-san.
I like the AT-AT, the walker, and how it's like rolling down the hill and they're using the legs to fight. It's just cool imagery there too. Like, this was just really fun, cool. I like this a lot.
That might have been something that looked ridiculous in live action, but it looked wonderful in animation. 100% great all around.
Yeah, but I mean, there is also a little lesson in there about the Jedi. Like, you can't be consumed by vengeance. You can't let your emotions and your anger guide you, or you become that which you swore to destroy, you could say.
He was more machine than man.
He was more machine.
It was almost like he was the Vader of this.
Yeah, he was like...
He was on the side of good, bad things happen, he got a bunch of prosthetics, and now he's fueled by vengeance. But they had some interesting quotes there about the Force that I know you
well, noted. He was right. The Jedi was actually... The Grand Master was right. That peace, is no dark side.
Yeah,
he's right.
As long as that is how balance works. There is no balance.
Yeah,
which
the Ronin is like, no,
I'm gray.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, you got to justify yourself. So I didn't get mad at that.
No, because
he's the bad guy.
That's how stating the facts of the universe.
No, that's what you have to remember sometimes. Just because a character in a story says something does not mean that is how it actually works.
Yeah.
I'm sure that is how he views it. Like, hey, I'm not that bad. You are seeking vengeance, and that's dark side.
And how dark is the Ronin, really? It's hard to say when you're someone who has done horrible things and he's on a path of redemption.
His true motivation seems to be to destroy the Sith.
Yes.
Which seems very...
It is a path of redemption if you've read the other source material.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm just going off what we have seen in the show, because you never know how much they actually pay attention to what they've written in the books. And
I feel like the Japanese might take that more seriously.
I think they do, for reasons. Probably more than Filoni and company do at Lucasfilm these days, but... I think he is on the path to redemption, and he doesn't exactly, he has his own interpretation of balance or what works for him. And
absolutely.
I'm not going to call him a gray Jedi or anything stupid like that, but
he was drawn in.
He was drawn in gray and blacks and whites and everything in between, and a little bit of red and a few other splashes here and there.
Okay.
No, it's just a good story. It's a very Star Wars story. Is it like completely on point for how the lore should work? No,
but it's how the lore works in this
universe, which is 100% fine, yeah.
It's almost like a EU story in a way.
Would you stop saying that? I've said before, the EU is not George Lucas Star Wars, and that is not an insult to the EU. It is just something separate. It went its own path, and I loved it for the path it went on, as I love George Lucas Star Wars. They're equal and different.
Yes, but to top it off, I definitely thought the Duel Payback was better than the Duel, which, you know what, it's hard to do a follow-up, honestly.
It is, yeah.
When everyone has their expectations, and how much did we like this one, I think to follow it up with something that I go, I liked this better. I liked this more.
Quite a bit better, actually.
It's fantastic, especially seeing as there was all that other source material and all that stuff. And no, I liked this much better than the first.
Agreed. Very good. So, an excellent start. We're watching them one at a time and then recording these reviews, so I have no idea what comes next, but...
well...
we know what comes next, but
I think it's the Song of the Far Winds.
Yeah,
Far
but I mean, we don't know if it's good or bad. We just know that the first episode of Volume 3 was
kicking it off
very good.
Wonderfully.
All right. For now, though, that's all we got for this time. We will be putting these reviews up periodically over the next few days. I don't know that there's any kind of schedule, maybe 2 a day or something like that. At least 1 a day. If not, then I have failed. But probably 2 a day, maybe a news from Naboo mixed in there. We'll see how it all goes. But keep your eye out for them. And until next time, then, thanks for watching.